How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So as weather starts to get nicer, it starts to be brighter a little bit longer, I actually came into this room and was doing something long past due, which is organizing. And after going through some of my boxes, doing some organizing, I happened upon my Justice League of America short box, which, not even a full short box, but it just occurred to me, I don't think I had ever gone back and done my collection video for like that, like I had planned to way back when I was doing my Batman, Spider-Man, Superman action comics and all of that. I even did The Flash, but I don't think I ever touched upon my Justice League of America run. So, with the boxes already pulled out, today was as good a time as any. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out all the books I have from Justice League of America. Alright, so while it is not a full short box, it's still a decent amount, so we are going to try to fly these at a decent clip. So starting off, we have the earliest issue I own from my Raw books, which is Justice League of America issue 40. Then we have issue 44. This is one of my favorites also. I just love the blue, the big bold characters, them literally growing out of their suits. Awesome Silver Age book. Issue 46, absolutely gorgeous purple cover, and I could be wrong, but I believe this is the first Silver Age appearance of the Sandman character. If anybody knows for sure, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Issue 49, again, sticking with that beautiful purple theme. Issue number 50, now we're rocking that light green background. Issue 53, you have all of their accessories from their costumes fighting back towards them. Issue 54, and as anybody that has checked out any of my videos before know, I am a huge Royal Flush Gang fan. Any cover I can get that has them on it, I absolutely love it, have to snag it. I own multiple copies of their first appearance, which again we'll end this video with when we get to my graded slabs. But again, here we have issue 54, the Royal Flush Gang Triumphant. Issue 56, this awesome Justice League versus Justice Society cover. Again, that purple background framing their colored costumes so beautifully. Issue 57, this is another one where a nice black background, so the neon colors really pop off the page at you and highlight the characters. This one's pretty cool. Issue number 60. Issue 61. This one is another one of my favorite covers in the run for the same reasons I just said. I absolutely love the black background, the neon color choices for the characters coming off of the page, each hero halved up with his villain. This cover is absolutely beautiful, everything I love about the Silver Age, along with one more we're going to have coming up that makes use of the dark background, which is issue 62. So this one, as much as I love it, it is a beautiful black cover, all staring into this black mail box. The only thing I cannot get over, while they all have it a little bit, is Batman's lips in particular. Once you see that with his eyes, it's kind of giving William Shatner-esque vibes on this one, that you just can't unsee it. I still love this book, but I have to look at his face every single time. Issue 63, this is one of my more high-grade copies I own. Beautiful. I believe this might have been when Neal Adams went into it. Don't quote me, but I think this is when Neal Adams started getting into some of these covers. Issue 66, we got the Justice League being chased off by the Dirty Half Dozen. Issue number 70, this again is another one of my favorite ones in the run. I am just a big fan of the Creeper character, again for his ties to Batman The New Adventures that I watched growing up. This one, again, holds a special place for me. Issue number 71. Issue number 82, and with that we're starting to dip into the 15 centers now. Take another big leap with issue 120, where now we're up to the 25 centers. Another sizable leap with issue number 132, jumping up to the 30-cent issues now. Issue number 133. Issue number 134, again a lot of these ones utilizing that dark space background. Issue 138, this is another one for as awesome of a Neal Adams cover it is and how big a fan I am, I need to find one in much better grade than I do have, because this one has fair amount of wear in the bottom corner all the way up the side to the top corner, so I will be looking to upgrade this at some point. Now we're getting into the 50 centers with issue 139. Issue 142, this is another one I love just for that deep purple-pink background they chose right now that frames the characters beautifully. 60 center now with issue 148, another one of these giant size. Issue 149, this time is that deep, deep orange that works so well with the cover. issue 152. Now, it looks like we're bopping back down to 40 cents with issue 163. Another 40 center with issue 175. And then it looks like we are back to 50 cents with issue 185. This beautiful classic Dark Side cover. Issue 189, this Brian Bolland classic with, of course, Starro the Conqueror taking over the entire Justice League. The iconic imagery of the starfishes on all of their faces attacking. This, again, I have a special place in my heart, as the Justice League animated series utilized this storyline beautifully, as well as James Gunn briefly in the Suicide Squad movie. And then pairing off with that in issue 190, we have the continuation, also from Brian Bolland. Again, this iconic cover. The entire world standing at front, enslaved to Starro the Conqueror. It doesn't get more iconic for the Justice League run than this. Issue 196, we are also jumping back up to the 60-cent range. And now with issue 203, we just have another one I love because, again, it features the Royal Flush Gang. Again, one of my favorite rogues. Doesn't make sense, but here we are. Issue 204, same theme, another just beautiful use of the Royal Flush Gang. Them, Justice League, battling amongst the playing cards. This, again, I absolutely love this issue. Issue 220. Now we're going 75 cents with issue 230. Then we have issue 253. Now, before we get into the graded goods, that is it for my Justice League Raw books. But here's a couple books that I keep with it, just again, because they're also high grade. They also feature the Royal Flush Gang, so the few books I have that tie into just that, I keep at the end of my Justice League run. So here we have the New Teen Titans issue 68. So you have Joker with all of the Titans on the playing cards, but then in the background, we also have the Royal Flush Gang kind of looming in the background behind Joker, another high-grade beauty that I had to snag. And then, of course, the continuation, the New Teen Titans, issue 69. This one, again, I just love anytime you have a giant battle going on in the cover with each character fighting their own. It's one of the big reasons I'm such a huge fan of the Maximum Carnage run. Just all of the different characters that you always had on the covers battling their counterparts. So here you have the Teen Titans versus Royal Flush Gang with Joker, Rumble on the Riverboat. Absolutely cool cover. Alright, starting this off with the earliest issue I own from my graded Justice League of America collection. We have issue number 21. I have this in a 9.0 off-white to white pages, obviously graded by CGC. This is the re-intro of the JSA in JLA title. This is also the first Silver Age appearance of Hourman, Dr. Fate, Icicle, and Wizard. This is another one that I'd held off grabbing for a while because I knew I wanted to try to get as many of these DC first appearance and first Silver Age appearances as I could in at least a 9.0, and this was one that was much more expensive on that list because of the number of characters and the age. This is from 1963, but it was well worth the wait. Again, this beautiful deep purple cover featuring the JSA and the JLA. Absolutely wonderful edition. Was happy to finally add this one to the collection. Now, this is going to show a little bit of my problems and toxic traits I have in the hobby. So, as mentioned before, I am a huge fan of the Royal Flush Gang. This is Justice League of America issue number 43 in an 8.5 off-white to white pages. This is the first appearance of the Royal Flush Gang. As you have them right here, you have Ace plowing through every member of the Justice League. I love the green colors they chose. I love how you have Ace front and center, the rest of the Royal Flush Gang following behind, Justice League falling like bowling pins. However, this is not the only copy I own. I have this copy, and I also have another 8.5. However, this one is cream to off-white pages, and in case I did not mention it with the first copy, this is from 1966. However, this is not the only two copies I own. I also have another 8.5 copy. This one is light tan to off-white pages and one of the older CGC slabs, and this one is also from the Bethlehem. Right here you can see Pedigree. This is, I think, it could be either the only or one of the only Pedigree books I actually own. So even though it's not quite as good a grade or page quality as my other copies, per se, it's still really cool to have for that. However, I still have one more copy of this book, and that is This beautifully stunning 9.4 off-white pages. The only thing that would make this better is if it had white pages, but all things considering, I am more than happy with this for now, being the final copy in my collection. At some point, I might get around to selling off my other 3 copies of this book, but for now, I am happy owning 4 copies. Again, it is just a book I love, a first appearance I cherish. You don't see it every day, especially in very good or near mint grade, so this is one of my pride and joys of my collection. Next up, we have Justice League of America issue 55. I have this in a 9.0 white pages. This is from 1967. And in addition to an amazing deep blue, dark purple cover that we have with Robin front and center, this is the first appearance of Golden Age Robin in the Silver Age, as well as we have the Justice Society of America appearance. So this is just a really awesome high-grade white pager, first appearance of a sort that I was happy to add to the collection. Then we have Justice League of America, issue number 64 from 1968. I have this one in a 6.5 off-white to white pages. This is the origin and first appearance of the Silver Age Red Tornado. Now, the big difference with this and most books is most books you have Silver Age first appearance. This is a whole new character. It is a Silver Age version of a character. If you go back to the Golden Age and you start looking up the Red Tornado, it is vastly different. I want to say it was somebody's grandma with a pot on her head. So this is not the first Silver Age appearance of a character per se, but it is the first appearance of the Silver Age Red Tornado. So very much what I consider a also true first appearance for this version of the character. But this is a copy I got extremely early on, and I have since upgraded. So my final book to show you guys is another CGC number 64 in a 9.2 white pages. Again, this one, I also love the spine wrap. It's not quite perfect, but it's pretty dang close. And this book is absolutely beautiful. I love the Red Tornado, well, the red of Red Tornado, on the green background. Absolutely stunning book, especially for the Silver Age. Again, 1968, so on the tail end. But that is it for my entire Justice League of America collection. Alright everybody, so there we have it, just an old school, back in the early days of this channel, which is now about a year old, of me just going over an entire collection of a run I have. The Justice League of America, again, is one of the first few, along with The Flash, that I had originally dipped into outside of Spider-Man or Batman. So hopefully you guys liked throwing it back, and as always, if you ever want to see more of what I'm into, with less of the talking, check out my Instagram, Conlan's Comics. But hopefully you liked this video. Until next time.